Hey guys, and welcome back into the film room. I'm Jake Ellenbogen, and today we'll be talking about Brian Allen. We're going to be dissecting pretty much everything that goes on throughout the Rams and Colts game. If you like this, if you want to support it, and you want to make sure I keep doing it, be sure to engage with it. Comment, like, subscribe, what have you. It all really helps. I do not get monetized types of videos. NFL takes all the revenue, which I can't really blame them. I mean, it is their stuff. But even fair use kind of goes out the window. So if you do want to support, you can become a member of the channel today for as low as 99 cents a month. Or if you want to just keep watching these videos, it's also going to help me keep making them. So let's get into it. All right. So in this game, I was really impressed with Brian Allen once again, but I had myself even feeling better than last week. Last week, he looked pretty good. This week, you saw some things that you definitely want to see, consistency factor. And of course, definitely with a caveat, and he looked great there, going up to the 15-yard line, pushing the guy back. Now, here's the caveat. He did not go against DeForest Buckner, who's one of the best interior defensive linemen in all of football, the whole game. He went up against him at times, but for the most part, it was Grover Stewart, and it was Taylor Stallworth, who also played quite a bit. But look, Brian Allen showing you pretty much a lot of the concerns people had coming out of college. This guy, short arms, slow get off. I just keep seeing the exact opposite. The biggest issue I had coming out of college and why I had him as a 7th round grade and not a 4th round grade is because this guy really struggled, in my opinion, in pass protection. He was, like I just said, he had a slow get off, all sorts of those things, and I just feel like he's really he's well-rounded now. He's really rounded off his craft. And I mean, to be fair, this guy had an opportunity to play last year until he got hurt, and he also had COVID. So, he really didn't have much of an opportunity, so to speak. And, we haven't seen him since 2019 when he got hurt. So, I mean, a lot of stuff can change in that short amount of time or that long amount of time, no matter how you look at it. And I just felt like in this game, you had to like what you saw, out of Brian Allen against the Colts, and they needed it. But furthermore, having Allen at center, and that's another really good rep from Allen. Having Allen at center is huge because here's the thing with Allen. If he plays well at center, the whole offensive line is anchored with the center. He's really got to make things happen in order for, that to work. And I think, he really did a nice job in this one. What you'll see here on this play, everyone is doing their job. Allen will go back here a little bit. I love this play out of Allen. You watch it again. Allen is just going to move this guy out of the way. Henderson could have had a few yards. It just didn't end up being that great of a play altogether. But this is once again, nice job by Allen. The quick get off is there, which was not there in college, in my opinion. The toughness, I felt like he used to get bullied around a lot. When I heard in camp, he's bigger, he looks bigger, he plays bigger, I was getting really excited, honestly. This is what they're talking about, just moving a man from point A to point B against his will. You got to love that. So we have multiple, it is all 22 film. So we do have multiple angles from this. This is not the official footage, which of course no one wanted, right? You guys wanted all 22, so you have it. So here we are. This is just going to be a screen here. Allen was going to be ready to block downfield. You see, the thing I like about Allen, and you could see throughout this film, he always knows where Stafford is. Always. How many times have you seen Aaron Donald make a center look silly, and then the center doesn't even look like he knows where he is, let alone his quarterback? If you watch every move that Allen makes, he always is aware of where where his quarterback is. And that's a big thing, very important. And it allows you to, that wherewithal, that awareness is very important, especially in pass pro, which once again, nice job, great pocket, great touchdown, Stafford to Cooper Kupp, who is having a great year. But I mean, yeah, does he have some help here from Corbett? Absolutely. But they both bring him down, and that's DeForest Buckner. So you're not going to see a ton of reps with DeForest Buckner, but yes, you're going to want to double team DeForest Buckner. He's very good, and he can beat you in the double team. Now, to be fair, this is Brian Allen, and he's going up against guys like Aaron Donald in, training camp and, not preseason, but, practice. And I think that's the thing that people forget is that why do you think these guys are getting better? Why do you think iron sharpens iron? It's because they're going up against the same guys week in and week out, and the Rams have a great team. Unfortunately, this play here is probably one of the worst plays of the day for Brian Allen. We're going to see here, this ends up being an interception because it's tipped. And as you can see there, I mean, it's not a horrible play, but it gets tipped and alters the ball flight, and Stafford throws his first pick of the season. I like this rollout to Kupp here. We're going to, in just a sec, we're going to go back and watch that. So you'll watch how they line up, and right here, you are going to have Tyquan Lewis on the left. Coming inside, you're going to have DeForest Buckner. Next to him, you have Grover Stewart out of Albany State. And then the guy all the way to the far right, the defensive end, that's Al-Qadim Muhammad. So this is the job of the offensive line right now, is there to push everyone to the left so Stafford can roll to the right. Fairly simple. And what this does with this play action, I'm just breaking this down because I think it's important. I think we should all know this. What this does with the play action is you're getting a hesitation right now. Look at 53 here. That's Darius Leonard. Look at 58. They all have to commit to that side. So because they're all committing, and this is why play action works, you can see the Colts are respecting the run enough. The Rams have run enough to this point where the defense is respecting that they're going to run the ball here to the left side. And they're all leaning that way. You even have 37, who is, it's Cardi Willis. He is running full speed to stop this run. They believe it's a run, and the Rams have sold it well. The offensive line is blocking like it's going to be a run play. And it's just a great job by Sean McVay and great execution by these players. But as you can see, now look at the shift. All right, this is a nice job here. You can already see Kupp is rolling out. You can see Stafford has the football. These guys have already pursued. 58, Okereke is sitting there. He has moved back into his stance. And you see Darius Leonard, as great as he is, as great as all these guys are, that little hesitation can make all the difference. And as you can see here, see, this is just a great job. This is also an amazing job of pursuit. And that's how they stop them. But it's just really cool to get that stretch concept and then roll out to your right, make that play. Right here, this is a nice run by Henderson, but he's really getting some good blocking. And I thought Henderson looked good the last 2 weeks, but this offensive line has been really good. And we're going to see here Brian Allen. And he does a nice job really pushing 96 out of the way. Or it looks like it was 95, Taylor Stallworth. But so once again, you get the double there. See, that's some good work there. We're going to go back to this. We're going to see it in a better angle. I would prefer, behind the quarterback. But see, here he is holding his own completely. I don't love saying holding his own as if like he's a weak link, but this guy had a lot of question marks coming off COVID, coming off an injury. So to be fair, I mean, I guess holding his own makes sense. This is another nice play from Allen. Doesn't get a ton. We're going to see it again. See, the whole point of this play right here that they just ran, Allen was to seal off Bobby Okereke at the second level. That's supposed to be a convoy type of run, assuming Darrell Henderson breaks through the first. Then he gets to the second level. Allen is there to seal off Okereke. So this play, working one-on-one, you could just see the physical, the physical presence and how imposing he is. DeForest Buckner there. They double team him. He gets his hand up. Didn't Also, the ball flight, this is just a broken play. And that'll happen. This offense is still fairly new. Allen was ready, though. That's some good work by Allen on Darius Leonard. See, I like that Allen is able to get to the second level pretty effortlessly, too. He's a rugged center, but he does move well, and that was a big issue. It's weird. He got bigger, so he's bigger than he was in college, but he's also faster. He's just... It's impressive. I mean, that's what happens, though, when you get into the NFL. You know, I'm sure there's so many guys around him, nutritionists alike, that have turned him into what he is. But that's another good rep, by the way, by Brian Allen. And just, you know, in reality, I mean, this is what they needed. They needed a center that would be good. Once again, that's a nice job by Allen, completely taking Taylor Stallworth out of the play there. And it's just, you know, and he's going to need to come up huge this weekend against the Bucs. But definitely some good things out of this one and good things out of the Bears game. But it's just great to see the consistency. And this was his best game yet. Didn't allow a sack. Maybe gave up 2 pressures at most. There he is taking Taylor Stallworth for a ride. You know, that's a good job by him. You just rarely see him lose. I don't know if you've noticed that, but he rarely loses the way he did in 2019. This is a nice throw to Kupp to get the first down. And we'll see it again here. You're getting the blitz from Darius Leonard. This is a great blitz pickup by Darrell Henderson. You're getting 51 off the edge. So 51, that is... who is that? I don't even know who 51 is. Okay. Okereke. I believe is that Kwity Paye? I believe that's Kwity Paye. You're getting him off the edge. So you have Kwity Paye coming off the edge. Then you have Okereke as well. This was supposed to be, hey, we're going to throw everything we have, the kitchen sink at you, and we're going to make you pay. There's 2 guys. As you can see, Allen is taking on DeForest Buckner with Corbett. They're trying a stunt with number 94, who is Tyquan Lewis. And then you have, looks like, let's see, it's hard to tell. Number 50, yeah, okay. So yeah, that's what's going on there. You see, come up, Henderson takes a pop. Like that's a man running downhill, a linebacker running downhill. Look at Henderson, stays in there. Got to go back to that because that is just the stuff that doesn't get talked about. And this is a great job. He dips underneath. This is a great job by DeForest Buckner. Leonard tries to get his hands on it, and Stafford makes this throw. It's a great throw by Stafford. It's a great job in pass pro blitz pickup by Henderson. That's, by the way, why he's on the field so much. Sean McVay loves his awareness. This is the one Stafford's just going to take and run. He probably could have thrown it at some point, but we're going to see this one again here. And this is more of a wide set. I mean, you have Tyquan Lewis all the way out. I mean, he's way out there. He's not even lining up on the left shoulder of Rob Havenstein. And then you're more tight inside. So this is an interesting look here. The point of this is you get Grover Stewart, your big-bodied Grover Stewart, and you get big-bodied DeForest Buckner on your center, isolated, and try to get in between them. Because then that's the job of course, Corbett, who needs to step up here. Now, here's what ends up happening is that Allen, this is not his best rep, but it doesn't really matter because this is done so well. Stafford has all of that space. Tyquan Lewis has to change direction here. He's not going to run him down. So there you go. Not a horrible play. Obviously, you'd like to see more, but, definitely not the worst play, and I thought the Colts came out with something pretty creative there. And now here, once again, pick up the first down with Cup, who is just on another level right now. Can't stress that enough. He's playing at another level. So we'll watch. This is just pretty much I mean, like I said, Tyquan Lewis is way out there. But for the most part, you know, it's a 4-man rush with a blitz here. You have 37 blitzing. That's Kari Willis. That's up to Henderson. Is he going to pick him up? And Henderson picks him up well enough. I mean, at first glance, you might be like, okay, you know, that's not the best job in pass pro, but for the most part, we're going to go back here. Brian Allen, what does he do? He's got Grover Stewart lined up right on him. One-on-one with big Grover Stewart, and he puts him right on his back. So that's a good job by Allen. Looked like Grover Stewart might have beaten him, and he says, no, sir. Pushes him right on his back. This might also be a good time to let you know that Kevin Cole on Twitter actually posted the lowest pressure rates in the league. Nobody has been pressured more, or no one's been pressured fewer amount of times than Matthew Stafford. It's because this offensive line right here that's getting the job done week in and week out through 2 games, of course. All right, so this incomplete pass, this wasn't the greatest thing ever, but let's go back. Let's figure out what happened. Okay. So this is interesting. I mean, you know, you have Okereke not even, I mean, he's not even facing Stafford. It's kind of a weird positioning for him. Once again, you have a 4-man there up front. And we're going to see, once again, we're going to see that matchup, Grover Stewart. And, you know, once again, we're going to see DeForest Buckner. And now, nothing doing there. So, yeah, I mean, incomplete, but the offensive line wasn't the reason for that. That's just not a great throw. And it's not a great throw, not a great catch. You know, probably both should have happened. All right, so let's go here. We're going to look. So, once again, we're seeing that. They're putting Buckner now on the right side, and they have Taylor Stallworth dealing with, it looks like Brian Allen one-on-one right now. Corbett's nope, Corbett didn't chime in there. So Stallworth gets a decent push, and you could say he may have won the rep, but Allen didn't do horrible on that. He didn't blow up the play like he was doing in 2019, where he would absolutely get pushed back into the quarterback. I didn't see any of that. This is the funniest play because I brought this up on the stream, and I said, look, the announcers are telling me that, you know, oh, look at DeForest Buckner, and they're giving all these props to him. And I'm sitting here like, wait, his back was facing the end zone. You know, his back was facing the quarterback. That tells me he was pushed way out of the play, if you really think about it. Now, watch this pocket. Watch this. This is a coverage sack. This is a great job by the Colts in coverage, not by the defensive line. And this is the thing that you might not see in the grand scheme of things. But look here. Okay, look at that pocket. And was he going to get in? Yes. But did you see Corbett come in to save the day again, for Havenstein? There's Allen sealing him off. Like, this is great. Look at that. Everyone is sealed off. He's behind the offensive line and the defensive line. So this idea that this was a great rush, no. This is a coverage sack, and he got rid of the ball. As you can see there, it's a nice job by DeForest Buckner to hustle up and make the play, but he got beat. They all did. So I had to point that out because I just find that so funny that I kept seeing it. I'm like, come on now. All right, so here we go. It is in the gun here, and you're going to see, I love this. Allen, just nice job in pass pro. That was coming right off after Stafford hit his thumb. So that was a weird throw, not really uncharacteristically dropped by Woods. So now once again we get in the shotgun. And this is, you're going to see all this pressure here. It's meant to be that way. This is a convoy. This is the thing. And I've seen fans say, look, Stafford has no time to throw. This is a design play. If you run this in Madden, it's going to do the same thing. When you're doing a slip screen like that, the slip is having all of the offensive linemen tail off real quick. That's why the ball has to get out on a dime, because that is the thing. You rarely see anyone get sacked on this because you dump it off. If you don't, you get sacked because it's everyone's running at you full speed because you just had the whole offensive line vacate to block to the left. And you'll see here, this is why they do it. Because this is what happens when it's executed. This is why they run plays like that. When it's executed the right way, it is a beautiful play. It's one of the most beautiful plays in football. A properly done screen. Look at all those guys getting in. I mean, obviously you have some guys, but for the most part, Whitworth is already past this line. Here's Edwards. Here's Allen. Higbee's coming up to block. Higbee had to be out there because if he's not on this side, they're going to give it away that they're going to this side. So you'll see here, dump off to Cup. Look at that. Van's blocking. This isn't the best block because it's a trail here. So Robert Woods has to kind of seal him off without pushing behind the back. If he pushes him in the back, it's a 15, 10-yard penalty, what have you. Instead, does a nice job there. You have Edwards, Whitworth. Allen is trailing here. Allen, watch Allen. See, the fact that he's out there is impressive. He was not going to get the safety. The safety has the agility to run by Allen. That wasn't... Pretty much anything Allen does at that point is great. But to expect him to try to cut off the safety like he was taking a good angle as a tackler, that's not his thing. That's not any offensive lineman's thing. But you do love to see Allen get all the way down there. Look at this. 77 here, 55 here, 63 here. This is teamwork. This is great football. And a great job by Cooper Kupp reading blocks, his vision. That's fantastic football. And Sean McVay will continue to call that because he'll feel confident in doing so. Here's Robert Woods with, you talk about fantastic vision. Robert Woods could be the running back for this team, and they wouldn't miss a beat. He takes the end around here. Look at the end around, what this does. This guy, as you can see, right next to Havenstein, this guy's in pursuit, thinking that this is going to be handed off to Darrell Henderson. And you see Okereke, he's leaning to the left, thinking, okay, I have to respect that run. They've run it. They've done a nice job running it. I have to sell out for this run. There's Darius Leonard leaning to that side. Look at this. This is Al-Qadim Muhammad. Look at how off balance he is. He's the last line of defense for Robert Woods to get past the line of scrimmage here. This is like a 5-yard loss if Robert Woods were to get tackled and Al-Qadim Muhammad read it. But look at all these guys. They have to stop on a break. And don't take it, just don't take it for granted the athleticism that Al-Qadim Muhammad has to stop like that, because you or I are falling on our face. So look here. Al-Qadim Muhammad does not fall on his face. He's going after Woods. But look at that. Because of that, Woods is way ahead of him. This is why the jet motion works so well. Now watch Woods' vision. He's going to see, all right, I got that block sealed by Van Jefferson. I'm going to cut it to the outside. Great job. Great piece of running for Woods. You got to love it. And like I said, I know this is a Brian Allen film room, but I'm going to point out things about the Rams game as well. Because they have a lot of fun things to teach on film. All right, so here we go. Under center is Stafford. And right off the bat, Allen is helping David Edwards push this guy. And this is just great piece of running. Look at Henderson put his foot in the dirt here, and he's just going to move upfield. Great cut. This is just fantastic running. And Henderson, while he had some blocking, there was still so much traffic. Henderson's creating those yards there by making those cuts. If you were to run straight, you'd run right into somebody. So really nice job. Really nice piece of running by Henderson. And now here we get the jet motion. Once again, they have to respect it because the Rams ran that earlier and they actually handed it off to Woods. You can see how everything kind of coincides. This is the same exact play they ran earlier. And they're like, well, last time they handed it off to Woods, will they do it again? As you can see, they have to respect that. They run to that side anyway. Henderson then kind of whirls back in. And not a bad run. So now they're driving here. They're feeling really good in the red zone. This is another Henderson run. And I thought he was going to score on this one. So it's really interesting. Henderson's ability to move all the way back upfield. Watch this. He has already gone past the left hash. And as you can see, Brian Allen's doing a nice job cut blocking that guy. So he completely took him out of the play there. Henderson now gets to the far right hash and just gets tackled. That's a lot of running there. That's a lot of running. And then he's going to... They said walk in. That was not exactly a walk in. He got hit hard in the legs, flipping up. But so far to this point, the Rams' offensive line looks really good in the game. The Rams are creative. This didn't really go anywhere, and I'll show you exactly why in just a sec. So, all right. This is just the Rams' offensive plays in this one. So once again, we have the jet motion. As you can see, though, you have Okereke, who just went back and forth, not really knowing now. This is how you get in their heads. On top of that, you have Darius Leonard, who now is trying to move back to the left because he sees that Kupp does not have that football. But he has also moved that way to respect that. It's just not a position you want to be in as a linebacker. It's why exactly you want to use these jet motions. It keeps the defense honest. So, what's that? It's going to be play action here. And unfortunately, Tyler Higbee is losing this matchup one-on-one. As you can see, to Al-Qadim Muhammad, number 97. This is a great job, Al-Qadim. But it also, Higbee might have potentially won that. He did just enough to stop Stafford from getting sacked. Allen has done a nice job of holding his block, but this is Corbett giving this one up. Stafford does not get hit, though. This is a screen to the surprise. There's a lot of stuff going on here. You have jet motion. You have a fake handoff, so it's a play action, and then you just dump it off to him anyway in the screen game. Now, this is the problem here. David Edwards misses this block. If he hits that block, then that might have given the opportunity for Henderson to go down the field. That doesn't happen. Keep in mind, Havenstein was out there because, essentially Higbee is playing the right tackle in that moment. So they had Havenstein out there to continue the convoy. It's another really creative piece of play calling there by Sean McVay. And now, once again, Henderson has to catch this, but I don't know how far it was going to go anyway. Kwity Paye makes the stop. So here we go again. And again, Allen didn't do a bad job there. He didn't. And this is where it starts to get a little worrisome because the Rams are having some issues here. Now, Allen, once again, not a bad job. But this is, they're not really moving the ball at this point in the game. Then Stafford takes a sack here. And how did this happen? We're going to look. So we got Higbee. He moves into the backfield. This is an interesting look. Nothing too crazy. Looks like there's also going to be a fake end around. But look at this. Whitworth loses an inside move from Al-Qadim Muhammad, who gets in there and disrupts the whole play. It's a nice play by Al-Qadim Muhammad. And he blew up that play. I don't think that play would have been blown up any other way. Whitworth just uncharacteristically got beat inside. It happens. So now the empty set here. As we know, this drive didn't go very well for the Rams. Once again, not a good drive. And you kind of knew it was going to happen after the sack. You just didn't feel good about this drive. But look at that. Brian Allen, nice job. A lot of time. Just nothing really worked there. So now here we are back in the gun. And this has to be caught. But at the same time, because he got his hands on it. At the same time, it's a ridiculously hard throw to make and a ridiculously hard catch to make. This is just incredible job by Stafford climbing the pocket. And he's not even, this isn't coming from his side. This is him and his blind side and his wherewithal to step up, climb the pocket, move up, then make this throw. That was way closer than it'll look on film. When in the slow motion, you can see that Woods got his hands on it. Should have actually had it. Again, really tough catch to make, but... So here's Allen once again. Jet motion. See, they're still having to respect it. Not as much. When you do it a lot, they'll be like, okay, they haven't ran it with them in a while. So Allen is already upfield. And not a bad run. But again, you do like to see that Allen can get up like that. And like I said, this is another really good performance out of Allen. This is another really good performance out of the offensive line. Look at Allen absolutely decking him. We'll go back to that. We'll show that. Unfortunately, this is on the play that, yep, that's when Henderson gets the rib injury, which might cost him this weekend. So we had all sorts of movement. This is actually a really well-designed play because we have all sorts of movement due to the jet motion. Look at all these guys. I mean, Okariki's committed. You have 23, who is the nickel corner, Kenny Moore, telling everyone to get over. He's basically saying, I don't buy this. And then you have Darius Leonard, who's a smart football player, reacting, okay, I'm not falling for this again. And as you can see, he's moving right now. But it does take a while. Look at this. It does take a while for them to get this thing, and it's hard to even tell what's going on. They actually hand it off to Henderson. Henderson's running. And then he gets the really unfortunate tackle there that ends up hurting his rib. Now, let's go back here, okay? This is... It's hard to see, and I wish I had a marker to show you, but watch, just keep your eyes, do yourself a favor, keep your eyes on the man who's snapping the football, center Brian Allen. We're going to watch this here. Allen is going to snap the ball here. Look at the get off. So we have Corbett on Taylor Stallworth here, number 95. We have Brian Allen, who is going to make a little bit of a chip there. It's hard to see him. And then watch him just absolutely deck Taylor Stallworth. That is some great blocking. I mean, he just absolutely destroyed him on that play. It's away from the ball, but you got to give him props. That's a pancake. That's what I was talking about. And then, of course, this is an uncharacteristic drop. Van Jefferson has to catch this. This is third down. You have to catch this at this point. All the momentum is going towards the Colts right now at this point. You're going to see they do a nice job. Stafford had to get rid of the ball. Really nice inside spin move by DeForest Buckner. Made that really difficult. Had to get rid of the football. But Allen didn't do horrible on that play. Nice throw to Woods to get the first down. This is just Stafford, by the way. This is what he does best. But look at everyone's doing their job, pushing everyone on the other side, and then Stafford, beautiful throw. So we're getting to the end here. This is a pivotal drive. This is right after the I don't even want to call it, what is it? A pump block? No. The ball was snapped off of Nick Scott's hip, and Ashton Doolin of the Colts recovered it. Now they're winning. So right now the Rams are losing. This is an important drive. We'll see how they respond on this one. And once again, there's Allen taking Grover Stewart out of the game plan. Just let you know, Grover Stewart signed a 3-year deal. They like him a lot. He's a good football player. He's not just a fluke. And I thought he was pretty much taken out of this game. Great players are going to make great plays. DeForest Buckner had a couple of those, but at the end of the day, he didn't get a sack. There was only one sack, and it was Al-Qadim Muhammad. So then this is just a great play to get to Kupp. You see Kupp has just really emerged as the number one receiver on this play. It's pretty evident. So we're going to go back here. So Allen in the gun here. This is huge. They're moving the ball. Allen, the quick get off there. He's ready. He's protecting. He sees. He's there. Maybe he should have stayed home and tried to beat Kwity Paye, number 51. He instead goes that way. He's already got the ball out. Nice play. And Cooper Kupp's going to do a little bit extra to gain about 3 yards, which is pretty cool. So again, this drive was really imperative. They had to make things happen. And they do. Obviously, we do know what happens next. The touchdown, his second of the day, Cooper Kupp. And they just took the lead. So let's watch how this happens. So empty set formation here. We're going to have Allen. And this is a nice job. He sees 94 come in. That is Tyquan Lewis. He shuts Lewis down in the double team. Beautiful. Okay, Rams are leading at this point. And that's a drop by Woods. So, the Rams are tied at this point. Because the Colts just went down the field and scored. So, okay. So now you're going to see it again. Allen, once again, I mean, he really handled Taylor Stallworth. The only guy that I got a little bit on him, I would say, is DeForest Buckner at times, but you can see Allen didn't have a bad game at all. I thought he played really well. Another goes right back to Woods after the drop, typical Stafford. So we'll watch this again. Allen, it's on Grover Stewart there. Nice job by Edwards, one-on-one against DeForest Buckner. And now Stafford's under center. They move the ball. They really just need to get a field goal, at least take the lead. I would have preferred a touchdown this drive, but they played for a field goal, in my opinion. All right. So, once again, Grover Stewart is pretty much taken out of that play. Nice job by Allen. With the help of Corbett. Allen is not going to get every one-on-one matchup. That's just not always how it's going to be. But, you know, I thought he really did a nice job. Completed to Woods. All right, and then right here, nothing. Once again, just pretty much doing his thing. Allen doing a nice job holding that man in check. This is a huge play. This is so huge. I can't stress this enough. This is a play that this quarterback in LA is making right now, and the player last year, number 16, Jared Goff, is not making this play. This is third down. This is 3rd and 1. You're at midfield. The game is tied. You need points because the game is almost over. And you can't go for it because if you don't get it, your defense now has to go back on the field to stop that team after giving up a field goal. They have to stop the team at home with all the momentum building for them. Pretty much half the football field they have to go downfield. So we're going to see it here. This is huge. Allen seals off Taylor Stallworth there. You have the play action. Now, look at this. DeForest Buckner is trying to win the game. If he gets a hold of Stafford here, he might win this game because the Colts might score on this drive, but they're almost already in field goal range where Stafford is. So him running out like that is dangerous. Now, watch this. This is an incredible play. Look at his arm. Look at where he's at. He's near the far hash. And he's going to throw this thing on a laser. Look at this. And Kupp looks like he's about to fall down. And he doesn't. He stays on his feet. Then he repositions himself. He knows he has to get the first. This is an incredible job by everybody. And that's the play of the day. I mean, if they don't get that, who knows that they win the game? Now you have Sony Michel in there. You're going to see Allen snap it right off the ball. Nice job. Nice blocking. See, not every single play has to be Allen pushing a guy 5 yards backwards, but when it does happen, I'm going to highlight it. And I'll be honest with you guys, if Allen struggled in this game, I would show you where he struggled. And I think I have. It's just he doesn't really he hasn't struggled much in this game, in this season. And this is an interesting one because it looks like Taylor Stallworth won, but I couldn't really tell because he was pushed in the back by Corbett. So that was a weird play. There's another nice run by Michelle. Michelle's going to have no issue running behind this offensive line if he ends up having to come in for Henderson. I mean, they're really good. They're really well coached. It's a testament to, in my opinion, it's a testament to what Aaron Kromer has meant for this organization. Kevin Carberry is not a bad offensive lineman, or offensive line coach. But when you look at what Kromer's done, how he's cross-trained everyone, he's made this possible. This is his project. Everyone on that offensive line was there when Kromer was there. So Carberry deserves credit, and they are dealing with a different their whole different blocking scheme and everything, different offense. But we got to give credit for Aaron Kromer because he's the reason that they are the way they are. I have no doubt. And Carberry deserves credit too, but don't forget Kromer. I'm just telling you. Don't forget the guy just because he's not there anymore. Don't forget what he meant to that offensive line. So once again here, you're going to get a nice run from Sony Michel. Everyone's moving to that side to, cut off the end around. It's a really nice job just shutting down Taylor Stallworth there. And then, of course, you have DeForest Buckner. And there you go. Nice play. Nice hole, run through it. And this is how you're going to pretty much seal the game, right? Because you're just going to end up kicking a field goal on this drive. I don't think that's what they wanted to do. I mean, I kind of feel like that's what they played to do, but then at the end of the day, I don't know if that's what they wanted to do. That's just what ended up happening because they ran an end around on third down. Then once again here, Taylor Stallworth taken out of the play by Brian Allen. And this last play here, we're going to see it. It's going to be Cooper Kupp taking this end around, and it's just a great job. And, you could see this building throughout the game. This is the last play, offensive play for the Rams, before they kicked the game-winning field goal. Guys, Darius Leonard's one of the best football players in the league, one of the best linebackers. He watched all game. I kept showing you that for a reason. When they kept doing the jet motion, Darius Leonard gradually stopped believing in it. But he knew that they were going to go for it this time around. He was tired of it. You can see he just read it so well. And that's the ball game. So the Rams win 27-24 in this one. Brian Allen wins because he shows you that, hey, this guy can not only play in this league, he is a starting center on the best football team in the league, in my opinion. We will see. He's going up against Vita Vea. That's a tough test. I don't know how much work he will get with Vita Vea. I don't know how much work he'll get with Ndamukong Suh and, Jason Pierre-Paul. I don't know how it will work out, but he's going to go up against a very good defense, a very good defensive line that doesn't really allow much as far as yards in terms of running the football. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Sorry this was a little bit longer, but I wanted to include everything into it. If you like this, be sure to like it, subscribe, comment, tell your friends. Drop this in a message board, dropped it on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I don't care. Get it out there. If you like it, tell somebody. Because again, I don't get any revenue for these videos. They're entirely out there so we could all have this type of stuff to go over. But again, I really do appreciate your guys' support. And again, you can become a member on the channel today for as low as 99 cents. But if not, no big deal. Check out my other videos up top. Jake out. Later.